Hey guys, welcome back to the practice room. Today I'm going to show you a snare drum exercise that I like to play with my feet to build double bass chops. This is going to help you with not only speed and endurance, but also timing accuracy and phrasing with your double bass drum. It's originally a drumline type exercise, so for you drumline guys out there, you should enjoy this one. Okay, now what we're going to do is take 4 different patterns based on 16th notes. We're going to play each one 4 times. Then we're going to play each one 2 times. We're going to do that twice. Then we're going to play each one once. We're going to do that 4 times. It's a 4-2-1 pattern. Okay. Now the important thing here is the sticking pattern. It's very deliberate. Your right hand is going to take care of all the ones and the ands, and your left hand is going to take care of all the e's and the us. The idea being, your hands stay in motion as if you were playing constant 16th notes. Okay. So it's important to keep in mind fluid strokes, a legato feel the whole time. Okay, so I'm going to play the exercise for you. Here it is on the snare drum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the exercise. Now we're going to play the same thing on the bass drum, okay? Now first, this is going to be very difficult, and I found that it helps to link up your hands and your feet. You know, if you're already comfortable with your hands, just mimic your hands with your feet, and it should help you at least get started. So here's what it would sound like if you were to play the exact same exercise, hands and feet. I'll play you a little bit of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's what it would sound like. Of course, you want to avoid the flamminess that I was demonstrating in the beginning there. Apparently, I need to work on the exercise a bit more myself. Okay, now another thing you can do is play 16th notes on the snare as like a check pattern, and then play the actual exercise with your feet. So here's what that would sound like. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now the next step that I would do, once you're comfortable with that, is to turn it into a groove. Make it fun to play and not just a boring old exercise. So here's what it would sound like with a basic drum groove behind it. Okay, now that's just a basic drum groove. You can use any type of drum groove. Quarter note snare lead. You can do laid back backbeat, like, you know, hardcore kind of breakdown. It's a pretty cool exercise. Now let's move on to the second exercise that I want to show you today. It's the same type of deal based off of triplets. So we call this one Triplet Timing. Okay, now the difference here is we're going to play first a measure of regular triplets as a check pattern. Okay, so then we'll get into each of the 3 actual triplet patterns that we're going to be breaking down. So just like before, we're going to do each one 4 times, then we're going to do each one 2 times, repeat, then we're going to do each one once, repeat 4 times. Okay, with equal amounts of check in between. Okay, so again, the important thing to remember is fluid strokes, very legato feel, and your sticking is deliberate. It's as if you were alternating triplets the whole time. You know, if you rest, well then you leave that hand out and you pick up on the hand that you would have had you not rested. So here's what it sounds like on the snare drum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's the exercise. Now, let's put it on our feet. Just like before, we want to start with hands and feet to make sure that you're doing it right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, once you feel good about that, try playing constant triplets on your hands as a check pattern. That'll sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now each one of these patterns has its own feel, and by playing the check on your hands, you can guarantee that you're playing the foot pattern correctly. Okay, from there, just like before, let's make it a groove, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on. Now, a cool thing that I found with this one is, at first I was having a hard time because sometimes your left hand would line up with your right foot and vice versa. So I came up with a groove where your hands and your feet will always match up, sticking-wise, okay? Now, if you play this pattern with your hands, it's triplets that are accented to sound like a backbeat. Okay, so without the accents, it's just triplets. The right hand on the ride cymbal. Now we're going to add the phrasing and the accents. Now with this, your hands and your feet will always match up right to left. It's a cool way to kind of ease into it if you're still having trouble. So it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on. All right, guys, let me know what you think. If you have any success or if you're having any problems with it, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thanks. See you next time.